Best practice in identifying training needs and execution of training plans in Ireland, according to the PDCA method. According to Josh Bersin from Forbes, the worldwide spending in training in 2014 was 130 billion. There are many methods to analyze how the companies need to spend the money training their employees. To assess the needs and train the employees are fundamental for the success of the companies. Since there are lots of money being spent, it's worthwhile to research what is the best practice on this area. To assess what is the best way to invest in trainings, this research will be carried based on the PDCA method, which is an interactive four-step management method used in companies for evaluation and continuous improvement of process. The method is also known as the Deming cycle and Sweetheart cycle. PDCA means plan, establish the process and the objectives to deliver and the desired output. By establishing output, it is possible to measure the degree of success. Do, it's the implementation, the execution process. Check is the study of implementation and the comparison between achievement and expectations. This phase seeks for deviation in implementation from the plan and also explore the suitability and completeness of the plan to enable execution. Act is the check showed in the plan, executed in do, and the needs improvement. This phase will assess all the procedures that need to be implemented in order to adjust the process. Research question. According to the PDCA method, what is the best practice in identifying training needs and execution of training plans in Ireland? The research has as objective to address what is the best practice used in Ireland to find training needs on the analyzed companies. By using the methodology, all the companies will get through an analytical process that will be possible to determine which one has the best practice according to this methodology. Notwithstanding, it will also be analyzed the degree of success of the development plan with the degree of implementation. There is no hypothesis in this research, since every data is going to be gathered from the market and it will lead for an answer. Deming stated that PDCA cycle will guarantee the quality. This proposal is to apply PDCA cycle on the human resources process of finding training needs and executing development plans. The researcher will approach the following criteria. Plan, the planning phase of the development plan. The training plan will be evaluated considering who participates of the process, alignment with the business strategy, degree of reliability and validity, and etc. Do, success degree of the plan, how much that was planned became true in the end, how many employees moved to another position in a year in relation of the headcount, how many internal candidates was selected on the recruitment selection process. Check. The research is going to evaluate the methods the company used to check if the training plan are being executed. There will be a check if the company evaluates the quality of each training by carrying satisfaction questionnaires. Act. The study will assess the methods the company has to evaluate the training plan in order to adjust to the business strategy, such as periodic review of the development plan. The second theme of the literature review will be the performance indicators. There will be performance indicators to objectively compare the processes used by each company. The performance indicators that are going to be carried out will be planning time versus execution time, training hours per employee, degree of success, which will be the percentage of training deployed, training costs per employee versus training hours per employee. This research is unique because it helps to understand how companies are investing in trainings now and preparing themselves to fulfill the market's demand. Each will approach different methodologies on the market, and by using PDCA methodology, it will be possible to confront all the different processes and finding out what is the best way to plan and execute development plans. It also will inspire new companies to develop themselves. The methodology used in this research will be qualitative interviews with HR managers and director in order to gather data, critical data analysis considering validity and reliability of the process, and performance indicators. The research philosophy will be pragmatism, because the process used in each company will be evaluated and compared to define what is the best practice according to the methodology. Despite the process might fit for the organizational purpose, it will be evaluated as best practice to the market. Only the company who has the best practice to the market will going to be considered the best practice in Ireland. The research approach will be talk to the manager about the process to gather information of training needs, critical analyze the data, draw performance indicators, go with open-minded to gather data and come up with a theory. The focus of this research is the company listed on Great Place to Work list, because they already show the interest to have the best practice in human resource. Great Place to Work is a multinational consultancy that have a method to evaluate what is the best place to work between the companies who apply for evaluation. A group of human resource managers responsible for the training department are going to be interviewed, and the top 5 companies out of 23 of the list are going to be chosen preferentially. The interview has as objective to find out the methods of each company used to collect information about training needs. Afterwards, I'm going to relate the methods with a definition of a best practice in training and find out what is the best practice in Ireland. The research choice is mono-method, quantitative. The primary research will be carried with a structured interview. The second research is based on literature review. The sampling is non-probability sampling, purposive, and random. The quality control is the Great Place to Work list. The data collection will be through interviews with HR managers and director. The reason why was chosen the target was because they are responsible for the whole process of planning and executing development plans on the company, and they are able to know about how the process is going through the company. The data analysis is going to be qualitative, counting, theming, and utilizing. Suggestion will be data gathering, TNA, which means training needs analysis, IDP, which would be individual development plan, implementation will be FB, feedback session, HRE, human resources evaluation, MA, ME, manager evaluation. All those codings are already using on the market, so any human resources professional are familiar with that. Here's the chronogram for completion. Those are basically the ethics issues, which would be avoid connections between primary interviews, always ask for different perspectives, never divulgate classified information, behave ethically with interviewers, keep primary data in private. All research has its limitation because several reasons. This research has the following limitation. The overall limitation it's not possible to collect data from all the companies in Ireland. Therefore, the research will be limited to 5 to 7 interviews with HR managers of companies listed on Great Place to Work. The companies probably will not want to disclose the brands and relate this with the methodologies. Thus, the research will lack trustworthiness. The data will be collected by human resources manager, therefore it will express their view of how the process works. On the interview, they may highlight the best aspects of it and show the process better than it really is. Those are the references. Thanks for watching. David Araújo.